Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about career change. Some people think that if they used to study mathematics and now they want to do product or something else, they need to go back to university and do the 4-year bachelor's degree, which is not true. Today I'm going to talk about alternative methods to get a new profession and make more money. So if you're interested, continue watching. A little about me, my background. I used to study mathematics and economics, and guess what I do now? I run 2 companies, I have 3 YouTube channels, I have an Instagram channel, and I also teach people how to start on YouTube, how to start an Instagram blog. Like, I do all kinds of stuff which is not connected to data analytics, and this is what they mostly taught us back at university. Another quick story about me. A year ago, my Instagram looked like that. I would post a picture, in the captions I would post a couple of smileys or ask a dumb question like, I don't know, how old are you? And then that would be it. But I started following a couple of bloggers that would have amazing captions. They would write really deep text and I would feel really connected to them. And I thought, wow, I want my Instagram to be the same. I want people to really pay attention to what I have to say. And I thought, how do I do that? Do I need to go back to university and study journalism? Turns out those people who I followed had their own courses on how to start writing great posts on Instagram, and they cost like $39 or $50, like really small amount of money. The course lasted 3 hours. So basically all that I needed to become a better Instagrammer is a lot of passion to what I do, and I don't like that. I love Instagram. Second, 3 hours of my time. Third, $50. And now my Instagram is completely different. So in my own experience, changing career means having passion to something that you're willing to study, having someone who really inspires you, who you look up to, and somebody who could teach you so you would trust them. Not just a random, lecturer you've never heard of, but somebody who you follow. And third, being responsible for the result, like really caring about the services you provide. So today I'm going to talk about 5 ways for you to switch your career. Number 1, as I've already mentioned, webinars and courses by people you look up to, mostly bloggers. Like, bloggers do a lot of educational stuff, and I personally took fitness marathon with one of my favorite bloggers. I took an Instagram marathon with one of my favorite bloggers, and I actually have my own YouTube webinar which lasts like 3 hours, where I teach people how to start on YouTube, how to optimize a channel, how to choose a topic, how to smartly invest in equipment, like what kind of camera you need. By the way, if you want to take part in that webinar, it's coming soon. The link is below. Please sign up and we're gonna go live together, and I'm gonna teach you how I grew my audience to 2 million followers. That's like crazy, and the growth happened in the past year. I have another channel called Lingua Marina. This is my 3rd channel, and my 1st channel is in Russian, and together it's like 2 million followers, and also Instagram, which is a little about 300,000 followers. So this is number 1 way to learn. For me, one of the most effective ways so far. The only disadvantage of learning online is that you don't have this community connection, but actually there are a lot of things you can do offline as well. So number 2 are short courses at different schools and universities. A year ago, I took a filmmaking course in New York Film Academy, and it wasn't fundamental. It was only 6 weeks, but we've done so much during those 6 weeks. I learned how to work with a professional camera. We had 2 days in the Universal backlot when I would shoot my videos. We would have like a screenwriting lecture, would have editing classes. There was so many amazing things. 6 weeks, you deep dive into something that you really love. So for me, it was filmmaking, and it really made a difference. People were like, my subscribers on the other channels, like, oh Marina, we can really see that you've actually upgraded your vlogging skill. And again, I didn't need a fundamental education to become a blogger, a better blogger. And another alternative to that are shorter programs. For example, my husband Dmitry, he attended 2 certificate programs at Stanford. One of them was go-to-market strategy, and it was an amazing course. Like, it was only like 6 classes, but the guy who taught it had 2 IPOs, raised more than $2 billion for his companies, And what's the most important thing, he became a mentor. He really liked LinguaTrip, and we meet once a month and we ask him all kinds of questions like, how do we set KPI for this department? He will be like, oh, you do this, this, and that. And this cost like tens of thousands of dollars, and we only got it for like $350, and for being proactive, for building relationships with people that we really admire. And he also did a biology class. Again, it was like $350, 6 classes. He did his presentation on brain science. This is something that you can do as well. Either come here to the US or maybe find a local university in your country that does offline short programs. Number 3, you can also do longer courses. We work with several schools, UCLA Extension, Berkeley Extension, Columbia Extension. So you get classes from the best universities. They cost 4 times less than you would have paid if you're enrolled in like a proper master's or an MBA program. They are less intense. They're like 20 hours a week, so you can also work during the day. They're mostly in the evening. And if you're a foreigner and you're coming to the US, you get 1 year of work experience, so you can stay in the US and gain some work experience. Also, Canada has the same programs, but they're called work and study or co-op programs, where you study and also get real life experience. So you have this extra point on your resume about working for a real company. Number 4 is, yes, getting a master's degree. But again, if you want to start a blog, you don't need a master's. If you want to become a copywriter, you don't need a master's. UX, UI, no. Product, maybe, like becoming a product manager, but again, there are so many academies like Code Academy, etc., where you can learn how to become a product manager. I think getting a master's degree makes sense when you used to be an architect and now you want to become a coder, an engineer. Then getting master's in computer science makes a lot of sense because it's going to be fundamental. You're going to learn all the techniques. But for like jobs that do not require fundamental knowledge, I think master's would be a little too much. Sometimes people are like, oh, maybe I should go get a new bachelor's. I'm like, come on, you're going to spend 4 years not working, just studying and studying, and you're going to miss all the opportunities that are there in the market that you could have already grabbed. By the way, so if you have a bachelor's degree, don't do the second one. I would switch to like a certificate program or a master's program. And another thing, there is this Thiel Foundation. So Peter Thiel, co-founder of PayPal, he created a fund where he would incentivize people to drop out of universities, drop out from their bachelor's degree to start a company. And I met this guy who dropped out of Stanford to start his company, and he got $100,000 from Peter Thiel to start a company. Then he also started a StartX, which is an accelerator at Stanford, and now he's also running his own company, which raised more than $10 million. So if you look at people whose companies IPO'd, you would find that a lot of people actually dropped out, like even Spiegel, I think the founder of Snapchat, I think Steve Jobs also dropped out, like Bill Gates. Google their biographies, a lot of dropouts. So this only proves that you do not need this fundamental education to be successful. You need a lot of passion, you need responsibility, and you need a creative mind that would help you navigate through the problems that the real world has and would help you suggest some solutions to them. Number 5 is the most difficult way to switch career. I would only recommend it to people who decided to become a doctor or switch their career to a medical career. So this is when bachelor's would make some sense, because if you've done economics before and now you want to do biotech and you don't understand anything and you don't know how to start, yes, then do bachelor's in chemistry or biology, do the pre-med school, do your MD or whatever, but this is a lot of commitment. Like, think twice. This is not the only way to switch careers, and I've already given you 4 other ways to do it. That was it from me, guys. If you're considering becoming an influencer, the link is below. I'm going to teach you how to start on YouTube and make at least $1,000 a month with your channel. See you soon on my webinar. And if you're not yet subscribed to this channel, you're missing out a lot of useful information about how to become a better person and a better specialist. So hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next vlogs. Bye.